welcome to this channel. So on this channel we teach people different opportunity to make money on how to build a successful business online, right? So on this particular video today, you're going to learn how to start in Shopify, a dropshipping business. All right, by getting started with Shopify, how to create a store. Okay, so this is gonna be like lesson 1. So where you're gonna create a Shopify store here with free 14 days trial. Okay, so then you make sure you name your store properly. So you're gonna learn a lot of things on this video right here, and you're even still going to even learn how to customize tracking updates, and also the email abandon, how you can also recover and market to the email abandoned on cards. Okay, so guys, I'm not going to be the person that will take you right on this video, but the teacher is already waiting for you. So welcome. So over to you, the teacher.
If you are advanced, you can skip over this. However, I do recommend going over it anyway. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. This is probably one of the longest modules. In fact, probably is the longest module because of all the apps and the configuration. All these slides we made available to you, okay? They're in the first video. If you haven't already, the link will be in there. And you have all these slides, okay? Very helpful stuff to try and every video or lesson, I should say, is going to have one of these to try and help. Okay, not perfect, but the goal is to be a little more concise. So let's get straight into it. So you create a Shopify store if you haven't already. There's a link here that is an affiliate link. If you are wanting to use that link, make sure you name your store properly. For example, so there's always going to be a .myshopify.com. Try and keep it consistent with what your domain name is going to be. Okay, so for instance, if you're going into the dog niche, don't name it Cat Lover Tees, name it Dog Lover Tees. Okay, just something simple like that. That URL no one's really going to see, but for a lot of remarketing and stuff, what's going to happen is it's going to remarket using your store name URL, which by default is actually your .myshopify. So customers will quickly see it or quickly redirect. But again, it's just something that, you know, just set it up proper from the beginning. Just one less thing you ever have to worry about, okay? Purchase a domain from GoDaddy or iPage. I use iPage as it is $12 Australian. So if you're US, it'll be cheaper again. A year including emails. If you go to their checkout, then leave. Their autoresponder will email you with a 75% discount. Okay, so this is a little hack I found, that you go all the way to their checkout, fill out the details, and then leave. Okay, make sure you provide the email. You know which email, and then it's going to about, I believe it's 24 hours unless they've changed their autoresponder abandoned cart. And this is another good thing about being a marketer, is you find these little tips and hacks that'll save you a bit of extra cash. Okay, $12. It comes with email. What you are going to have to do is contact their live support to get them to put in the DNS entries. DNS entries pain in the ass. I always get someone else to do it for me. So moving on, configure your base settings as per the video. So I'll be going through that. We'll go through that. It does take time, but I'll get through as much as possible. This is probably one of the longest videos. The next videos will be shorter videos about the individual apps. Again, you connect your domain, wait for it to propagate, can take up to 24 hours. Use the free theme Brooklyn. I'll show you how to install it. By default, you install the theme Debut. I don't know why they choose that theme, but that's the theme that's there. You need a trust badge, and then you just put the code in for the trust badge, okay? And I'll show you how to do that momentarily. And then we're going to install your Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and Pinterest sales channels, okay? Now this isn't perfect, but let's get straight into it anyway. Whoops, sorry, that's module 2, my apologies. So this here is my store. So firstly, first things first, you want to go into your settings. This is just a 14-day trial. I am going to have to put my card in for the app, which is annoying. Anyway, but so here, blah blah blah, you've got all that stuff. It's not really relevant, actually. So under general, that's where you got your personal settings of your sorry, I should put my phone away, my apologies. Your personal details of your store. That's also where you want to make sure that your store is in USD, okay? And I'll explain that in the video with best currency converter. It'll make a lot more sense. Basically, you want to have it in USD because that'll give you the best conversion rate, as well as, especially if you're like in Australia or a lot of countries outside the US, you get extra money, okay? Taxes, most of you probably won't be paying taxes at this stage, but if you are, that's where you set up your taxes based on your country's various legalities. I suggest speaking to your accountant first. Your payment providers, and I'll be explaining this, I believe that's in the next video, I just have to check my slides, it's part of the reason, madam, is you want to set up your payment providers, i.e. PayPal, and by default you will be using Shopify payments powered by Stripe. Don't get that confused, that is not Stripe, that is Shopify payments. There's a third party, and I'll explain that momentarily in the next video so I can be more specific. Locations is if you are holding inventory, okay, or if you have multiple places you stock your inventory. Your account is where you can manage your account, as well as if you have other, like let's say you've got people on your team, you can add them here and you can control and see that all there. This is where you can close your store on that as well, of course, which is what I'll be doing after this. Is just a bogus stuff. Checkout. Now let's get a bit further into the checkout. So, and I'll be coming back to this when we get into SMS bump, okay, a bit more. But further to that, we want to make sure accounts are optional. Customers can choose to add their phone number. Don't choose can only check out with email. Choose both, because again, SMS bump is such a good app. You definitely want to do that. Hidden, I actually like to get their first and last name. I don't know why people would just want their first. That's just my opinion, but I always get their first and last name. Their shipping address phone number is optional. So again, another way to get their mobile number. Don't automatically archive. Now you can pre-select this if you're not targeting the EU. If you are, then I would suggest leaving that unticked, just due to the GDPR. Okay. Don't do anything about that yet. So once we get a bit further into this as well, there will be the checkout language, where we'll do a bit more with SMS bump, okay? But that's all you really need to do there. That's all you need to do in your checkout at this stage. It used to be a bit different, but Shopify have changed a few of their things. Notifications we'll be getting down into this down the line as well, with a bit more automation / email marketing. We're going to be modifying the order confirmation and the shipping confirmation primarily. All your other ones are not really relevant, not really needed. So basically what we'll be doing there is changing it so that we can tell customers our shipping times, okay? So that they have an idea of the shipping times. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as you can sort of say how long the shipping times are, it'll help reduce. Obviously your billing is, as it says, just your billing, your monthly billing. Your shipping. So I run free shipping, and I definitely suggest, that's my address, cool. I definitely suggest running free shipping. And so what you want to do is, first thing you want to do is blah blah. We delete this zone. So this is how I like to do it. Again, it keeps it really consistent, keeps it really easy, and this is good for many reasons. So rest of the world. Okay, cool. So just rest of the world. Now, what you want to do here is you have free shipping with tracking, okay? And you have it set free shipping amount. Now, this is a little hack as well. Sorry, I made a mistake. There is no maximum as well. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Not weight. You don't want to choose weight based, you want to choose price based. So free shipping. Okay, and you just want to put free shipping. Alright, so the other thing I want to do is add another shipping rate, is priority processing with track. Okay, so this will then minimum and is okay, so I teach this to a lot of my students, and this is one cool little thing that you can do with the free shipping offer, is you upsell priority processing. Now, you don't have to use that wording, but that's just the sort of wording I use. And you'll find about 20% of people will opt in for that, okay? An extra $5 for nothing. Now, mind you, it is important that you do sort of have some decent processes in place, because they will be expecting priority processing. Basically, what that means is that you're just going to ship the order fast. So, you know, if you, by default, when we go through the course, I'll be showing you, it'll be 1 to 5 days. It'll be 1 to 5 days. You want to try and you know, make sure it's 1 to 2 days, you know, type thing, because they're like, yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. It'll just stop any form of complaints. Files is where we will upload our files. So if we have a, and I'll show you, I won't put the coding because I forgot to upload it, doesn't matter though, is you have a trust badge, and that trust badge, actually, I will do it. Sorry about that. So further to that, I've now uploaded it, and this is all learning experience for me too. But anyway, so that's now what we'll do is we're going to copy this. No, sorry, no, we're not. I'm all over the shop right at the moment. So now we've gone through the settings, we've uploaded that. Now, was there any last settings? Legal. Okay, so this is the other part I'm glad didn't miss. You want to choose from template. Now we're going to come back to this once we do SMS bump. Okay, there's a few little things you do have to add here. The SMS bump, basically it's just in your privacy policy. You just copy a few lines of text in there, and that's it, okay? But what we basically do is we copy each of these pages. Most people know this, it's very important for your Google ranking, your SEO ranking for Google AdWords. It's very important you do this, okay? So what you do is, what was this one? I think it was refund policy, I believe. Refund policy, did I get it right? I'll return that, yeah. And basically you just copy the text, flat text, into here. When we update it for SMS bump, you're just going to have to copy it again. It's purely a one-off, okay? That's all you need to do. You do that for all your pages. All 3 pages, just do that. I'm not going to go through that because it's, as I said, just spend 2 minutes just doing that. The other thing we want to do is you need to set up a contact us page and choose the prefix contact, okay? Save, and then just say, once it loads, thank you for contacting Ecom Lifestyle University. We typically respond within 24 hours. Thank you. Okay, just something simple like that. So now we have a contact us page. All right. The other pages you want is an FAQ page. Okay. I don't know why it takes so long. FAQ and blah blah. FAQ page. Now, what I suggest is the FAQ page. I'll upload the template that I use. Okay. To help you all right? So I'll put a link in the video for this underneath the video as well, okay? I didn't think of that, I was just doing that. I've got a few little templates because there's the shipping, delivery, the FAQs, and about us, okay? And there's going to be down the line a tracking page, which will be an after ship, okay? But we're getting the base set up. This is all just about Shopify at this stage, what we can do here. What page? About us. Now, the reason, again, these are all important. These are all important because they help with your ranking on Google. They help with your trust when running Facebook ads as well. Okay, and it doesn't take much. As I said, I will provide a template. It'll be in the resources just underneath this video, okay? Be sure to grab it. I'll also put it in the slide. I'll update that as well. So you have it in both locations, all right? So just to advise as well, I'm sure there'll be some things that I'll miss. Once I go through this, I'll pick up on it so that I add it in. And anything I find that I haven't added in, I'll add in, all right? So thank you. So now we've made pages. Now blog posts is if you're running a blog, okay? Now admittedly the Shopify one is pretty average. I actually suggest using Tumblr, and you can use an app if you did want to do that, to use blog. Now for you starting out, don't worry about a blog, okay? Don't worry about it, it's not relevant. Navigation. So you want to have two forms of navigation, your footer and main menu. That's all you need, okay? And so this is why you make these pages. So if we now go pages and we choose about us, we then choose again about us, contact us. You can see how this straight away is taking form. And refund policy, you're going to have all your policies, okay? All your policies in your footer. And then in your navigation again, for your main menu, then you change it from catalog. I don't know why they have set catalog to shop now. All products, you want to leave it as all products, and you can have nested sub-menus, okay? So underneath shop now. So what I'm doing though is on your main menu, you want your about us, your contact us, FAQ again, because these are the main pages people look at. And then you'll have, once we get to a tracking page, we'll add it back here, okay? So, sorry, your track order is what I call it. So that it's in people's faces, it adds a lot of trust, it adds a lot of authority. Now, the thing you can also do as well, and this is if you have your collections, you can nest them underneath different menus, okay? So once you make different collections, and I'll show you that, is you nest it underneath shop now. So, you know, shop now, women's t-shirts, men's t-shirts, or kids t-shirts, dog t-shirts, whatever it is, you name it, put it under there, okay? It keeps it clean and it looks really good with Brooklyn, all right? Now, domains is once you've bought your domain from GoDaddy, you can actually buy it from Shopify. However, it's not as good. I would recommend a third-party one. Is you want to go connect existing domain and you put in the domain, okay? You put in your domain, then you have to put in the DNS entries. That's all there is to it. And Shopify will come up with instructions based on your domain provider, okay? So make sure as well that it has enable redirection to your www, because you'll have a www. whatever, and then you're going to have a one without the www. Now, it's very important that you have this stuff because that stuff helps with SEO. If you don't have it redirect from a non-www, then it's just going to get a 404 error and it's not going to find the web page. And that's organic sales lost from something as simple as that. Okay, I have seen and evaluated a number of stores that have missed that, okay, where it doesn't have that and they've had to reconnect your domain, and so it forwards the redirection to your www, because that actually does help with your ranking as well as just more sales, okay? It's simple little things like this. Your preferences. Now, this is where we discuss, and I'll make a separate video about it down the line for each of the modules. But you have your home title, your home, so you want to name, generally how I name my home titles, doesn't have to be perfect, you only have 70 characters, but again, this is for SEO. So again, if I call it Ecom Lifestyle, Ecom Lifestyle, you use that, it looks nice. Let's say it's a dog brand, dog t-shirts for all. Oops, and then free shipping worldwide. Okay, so you can see how that's just under the character limit, and then you want to put in a description, you know, a homepage meta description. So the description is dog t-shirts for men, women and children, free shipping worldwide. You want to give the benefits, clearance sale now on, up to 50% off all items in stock, limited quantity available. Perfect gift options. Just something simple like that. Just sort of think of it. You just want to add it. This is purely for SEO. Okay. Once you get into it, you're going to find keywords that work well. So I probably haven't really done this very well at all. I should be using, probably dog, t-shirts, presents, stuff like that as keywords. Currently the site is locked because I haven't unlocked my trial. This is where you put initially your pixel ID, your Facebook pixel, and your Google Analytics, okay? So really easy to do that stuff, and it really helps generate reports, etc., and help you with your marketing and your pixels, again, for your marketing. Okay, two things very important. I'll be teaching you Shopify as well, so don't worry about that. And if you're wondering what Shopify is, it's where you put your Facebook pixel and allows you to actually supercharge your pixel, essentially. Moving on, the other parts of this that I wanted to run through, and again, we're going to narrow down as we go into this. Again, I'm trying to be specific. You want to look here, you got your all channels, you got your dashboard of reports. This will populate with data as you start to get more in there. Orders, as the name says, is you got all your orders, you've got your abandoned checkouts. Okay, so I haven't selected a plan, but you're going to have abandoned checkouts. Get used to it. As much as you hate them, you got to get them. So you can check your abandoned checkouts, and it is important that you do check them. Okay, don't check everyone, but just check and make sure that there's not some potential reoccurring issue. I've been there where a recurring issue caused me to lose a lot in sales, so you don't want that to happen. For instance, an item that was out of stock when it actually wasn't, and I didn't know that. Okay, and that's really annoying. So we're going to get into this as well once we add Shopify. I use Shopify. You can add products to your store. So most of us will be drop shipping. I'm sure a number of you are also holding inventory and running brand stores to some degree, or you're working for agencies or whatever, and you're just wanting to learn more. So you add products, and once you add a product, you're going to see a lot of info about it. Once we get to the point of doing a bit of product research, I'll add a product to the store and explain it in greater detail. Okay, this is just an overview of Shopify. Transfers, we don't really have to track and receive your incoming inventory from suppliers. Okay, so this is really if you are stocking inventory. Okay, and it's a bit of a pain. I do it. There's apps. Okay, there's actual apps that are better for that. Okay, but this does work. But there's apps that do it better. Basically doing automated import feeds, and it just sort of helps with saving time. Again, inventory is enable inventory tracking for each of your products to see when stock levels are low. So you need to have products for that. Self-explanatory. Your collections is what I said, where you have your nested menus. So by default, it's going to make one called homepage. We're just going to make a quick one now called women's dog t-shirts. Okay, doesn't matter. You got your collection image. That's important for SEO. Alt tag is also for SEO. You have your sales channels. This sales channel correlates to this, okay, guys? That's all there is to it. And you give it a description. This is all basically for SEO. So, shop our collection of women's dog t-shirts plus size options available, okay? If you're running clothes and you have plus size options, very important that you put that. Very, very strong keyword. Little hack here is you want to use automated collections, and you want to do it based off, they've changed this. It used to be different. So many people use it now. Product tag is equal to whatever, okay? So this will make a lot of sense once we import a product, but I'm going to make one and I'm just going to call it women, all right? And they'll populate that in a sec. This again here is your SEO. See how this directly correlates to your description as well as your URL? So your URL, your title, and your meta tag. Okay, so you can modify all of this as well. And again, you have all these characters to use. Sorry about that. So basically, yeah, so you have your product title, description, and URL handle, okay? And all you do, so again, this is important once you start doing SEO. I know a number of people that only do SEO and get organic sales, and it's obviously the cheapest and most profitable way of running an e-commerce store. So you should be keeping that in mind. So let's go save. And now we've made a collection, okay? So if you're wondering how to make a collection, that's all you do. Just make sure to use tags, okay? Really important, because once you make it in all products, you can put in a tag, and that tag will automatically bind it. So you can have multiple tags. You actually might bind it to multiple collections if you want, and that's how you do that. Gift cards, if you're having gift cards, most of you won't be having gift cards up front. I'll be honest, I have gift cards, however, and the base plan doesn't actually have it available, which is stupid. Anyway, I've had like 2 people use gift cards. That's it. Customers is going to see where you get your customers, okay? So customers are not just people that have bought, customers that are pretty much what Shopify defines is provided you their contact info. That's a customer. You can import customers, obviously we're not doing that. Your analytics, okay? So analytics is somewhere where a lot of us all love to live. I don't look in here all that much except basically for this and maybe top product sold. But you can see, you know, your traffic source. It gives you really good stuff. Admittedly though, it's nowhere near as good as Google Analytics. In future modules, I'm going to be discussing a lot more about Google Analytics, okay? Because it's important that you understand it. It's important. I'm not perfect at it, but I'm learning more about it every day because it is just much better than Facebook Analytics and as well as Shopify Analytics. It's the king of analytics. Right, so it's important that you understand it. We'll get into that. Reports is you can make custom reports if you're on a higher plan, or you're just going to see just an overview of your reports, okay? Pretty straightforward again. Your live view, I know people love to look at this. I don't look at this all that much, but you can see where I'm from, Australia. And that's all there is to that. Marketing, useless, don't even use it. Discounts, that's only been recently brought in by the way, we'll go into that once we start getting some apps. You can make discount codes, really easy, just to show you. So dog 10, so this is all I do. I've made hundreds, so I just go like dog 10 and then you go limit 1 per customer, and that's it. 10% off 1 per customer. No one, it's very 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 rare that someone's ever going to find this that and somehow use it. The chances are very low, very rare, okay? It'll happen once in a blue moon. And apps, we're going to get into that in future lessons, okay? That's coming right up. Last part is we're going to install some sales channels, okay? So we're going to install Facebook. These are sales channels where you can connect your shop to these channels, okay? And it's very important, again, for organic sales. As well as for Shopify, pushing the actual catalog for DPA retargeting, which will be in the Facebook module, okay? It'll all make, whoops, whatever. So then they've recently just added that. Because my store is not in USD, I can't add all of these, which is somewhat irritating. But basically, there's a Pinterest one as well. I don't see Pinterest. But if your store is in US, you can have Pinterest. So for some reason, because mine's in Australia, I can't see Pinterest, which is annoying, and for some reason my screen is black. Anyway, so make sure your store's in USD, and I'll explain that in future videos. And then at minimum, you want to add these 3 channels, okay? You connect your Facebook page, you connect your Messenger and your Instagram. That's all there is pretty much to that. It's really easy. As I said, you'll just connect your page, and once you've connected your page, then it'll push your catalog. I'll be making another video about this in the future, okay? But this is a broad overview of Shopify, and now it should be starting to make a lot more sense, okay? So on to the next video. tracking and delivery automation, okay? Very important. We're shipping to the whole world using ePacket, and I want to discuss this in a moment. And I use Aftership. There's 17 track, there's Aftership, all much of a muchness, let's be honest. However, for us, the standard is Aftership, okay? And I mainly use Aftership for all the integrations. Very easy to use as well. All right, so create an Aftership account. That's not an affiliate link. Watch the video for instructions. Cool story, bro. Put the tracking page in Dropify. So as I said in the last video, you put that tracking, your unique page in Dropify, and I'll show you how we do that right now. So firstly, you install the app from the App Store. Right now, if I refresh this because I just installed it, it should have Aftership. Which it does. There is also a Return Center app as well. So you can try and even automate your returns to help a bit further with that, all right? So further to this, and it's not necessary straight away. Install the Return Center once you're getting about 10, 20 orders a day. Even then, it's very rare. Most people are just going to email you, if I'm honest. I just have it there. Anyway, so here you are going to be taken to this page. You're going to be making an account. You can see how it's connected to the store. You got your account profile, which is connected to Gmail, subdomain, it's because it's from one of my old ones, and you got all apps. So these are all the apps it connects to. See how it's got a Chrome extension. It connects to Klaviyo, another reason I use it. Messenger, Telegram, all these apps. Okay, really cool stuff. And they're only going to, and then it's got the Return Center, and you just only want to use the Shopify. That being said, let's jump into the actual app, which is on this screen. See, I'm on free. Of course, you have 100 free orders tracking a month. Okay, it's not going to send emails. It's just tracking. So if I go here, my old store, I believe Community Track. Yes, it is. So see how in Dropify, how all you do is copy that, and then it's going to put the unique tracking number, and there you go. You've got a tracking page that's unique for your business. That's it. That's all you need to do there. Really simple. But as you scale, it'll get you'll do some change. All your tracking for your question is this is going to be automatically imported. So AliExpress, you're going to order it through AliExpress through Dropify. Dropify polls AliExpress, I believe, every 30 minutes. It then picks up the tracking number. It then fulfills that, pushing it to Shopify. Shopify triggers the email for the shipping confirmation, which we're going to work on in a future lesson. So the customer gets notified, and then Aftership polls every hour, and then Shopify, and it pulls in. So you've got this whole little ecosystem completely automated. How cool is that? So you don't really have to look in here much unless the customer has queries. You just have a look, you sort of get an idea. It takes you straight to the page so you can get an idea of what's going on, communicate with the customer. You don't really look at that all that much, let's be honest. You don't really look at notifications all that much, to be honest, either. Your track button is you can make a unique tracking page, like so it's specifically on your website, not taking to a subdomain. I use the subdomain. Subdomain works fine. Again, you got all your apps, sorry, wrong one. And then you got your tracking page, okay? So you're gonna see here, we've got that, your logo. Sorry about that. So, keep stuff up. So then you put in your support contact, put in your email again, put in your terms of service, your privacy. So once you make those pages, just copy the URLs into there, and your tracking ID, which is again your Google Analytics. You're gonna have your tracking code and then our tracking ID. Just copy it in there. It's a one-off, that's all there is to it. If you are on the paid, then you can go on the sake method, themes method. And you can see here I just put some simple just footer message. And you can see here from the little preview, if we have a look, you can have images that are nicely optimized. And you know, so that's your Instagram, that's a picture, and these are marketing options, okay? So you can see how you can make a really nice tracking page, and you will get sales from it because people will come back, they'll see the product, yeah, I'll buy that too. Completely autopilot, people forget about this stuff. Again, you got you want to leave that by default, you don't want to touch that. You're going to have your notifications. So by default, the main, you can only do it on premium. You want email. You do want email again for subscriber. You don't want to receive them, it's pointless. And your webhooks is if you like integrating looks or Klaviyo, it uses webhooks. But there's also the API. I will admit I haven't done a huge amount with the API, but it is something that I'm looking at doing more with to try and help increase sales, okay? So, integrating it more with other apps, which is cool. So by default, it's going to have a number of queries. You want to add every query, okay? You don't have to, but add every query. You're sending to the whole world. You want every chance of your tracking order being picked up to save you time and hassle. So you just select them all. It's going to take you 10 minutes because there's literally 336, but just add them, click save, and done. Customize your email. Now, you can customize your email. You can see here that I've done a little bit of work here already. And you can see basically, yes, sorry, this is from a previous lesson. You can see that, average shipping time, 7 to 15 days. And so you just want to put in, Canada. Business. Using the word business days gives you a lot more leeway. That's all you need to do. These are the emails, and you're going to see a preview, and this is pretty much all there is to it. Basically, for the most part, that's what they're going to get. That's why you want the stake, so then you can upsell them. You add as much info as possible. Like you can add in the iOS app, which is in the. You just copy the link into there. Give the customer multiple options. They might install the app on their phone, and it's all just basically on autopilot, and the goal is to save you time. In transit, again, is basically, please note that the expected delivery date is provided by the courier and is subject to change. For any questions, please contact the courier directly. You don't really need to change it. These are all variables. That's all fine. You can again change the bottom so that you have your Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest on each one for consistency, which is beneficial. It just comes down to how much you want to put in here, but you can be over the top or you don't have to be. It's up to you. Out for delivery it's actually out for delivery. Again, these are all set up by default to cover 95% of the base. You just change it. The main one that I change is the delivered one. Congratulations. Great. Your blah 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 was delivered at last time. We are so happy you've received your order today. Your feedback is valuable to us. Please provide a review on Instagram with a picture of yourself holding the item. We'll send you a special 20% discount via direct message. Review us at, and then put your Instagram page. Okay, and see, just by adding that bit of text, it's not, most people are going to ignore it, but you're going to have that. You're also going to have an email for a review from Klaviyo, as well as if you, depending on what review app I use, Looks. You're going to get reviews on your store, Instagram, Facebook, and it's going to build your social proof organically across these channels. And that's all really important. That's what I'm trying to get at with this. So you can just simply put in some text just like that. It's all you need to do, and you're done. And failed exception is it seems available blah blah as security is not available at the present time. This is another one that I'll change. Is rest assured we are here to help. Please check your local post office for the package as you've received a packing slip advising the order. If you did not receive a packing slip, please take your driver's license and passport to the closest proximity post office where your order should have been delivered to until pickup. If you have any further questions or concerns, please simply reply. Okay, so what you're doing is you're covering all bases. You're really reassuring the customer that we're here for you, and that's important. And then your exception, again, much the same. Just cover all bases. Another thing you can do is you can verify your domain. So by default, it's going to come from a different email, but if you want it to come from this person and this email, you have to verify your domain. You need to do some DNS entries, okay? I'd suggest as you start building your brand that spend that 10-15 minutes figuring out how to do it. It gives you instructions, premium, gives you instructions, or you can just outsource, get someone to do it for you. It's a one-off. It'll help with your open rates, okay? Help with your open rates. Alright, and it'll save you time. And if you are using SMS, I'll leave these all pretty much default except for delivered. Review us at Instagram. at blah 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 and receive 20% discount. Okay, again, that's it, and then your APO. And lastly, we have our analytics, so you can actually look at the analytics of your sake thing or your free thing, and you can actually look at clicks and stuff like that as well. That's pretty much it. You don't have to go to the degree I do, although I do recommend at least after ship is pay G, so $20. It costs 10 cents an order just for emails, like an entire order. So you're gonna get however many that is, 200. Yeah, 200 orders, okay, for $20. And of course, keep your receipt, claim it back on tax, if that's how it works in your country. And spend some time just setting up the triggers, how you want your brand to be. Doesn't take long, it's all one-off, spend 10-15 minutes, and then it's going to save you a lot of headache. Once you start getting orders through, this is going to start populating data. You're going to see a nice little graph, and it's really going to help you, okay? So it's important. People forget. I see a lot of websites that don't have tracking, and you definitely need to have tracking. You can even run it in free mode as long as you can get a tracking page. It actually helps with your conversion rates. People see they got a tracking page, they must be serious. Okay, that's what people expect from an e-commerce business. They expect tracking. That's the standard. Don't break the standard. All right, well, that's it from this video. Until next one, thank you. Video because it takes a bit. But Klaviyo is an ESP, an email service provider, okay? It is what we will be using to push our emails, create lists, get repeat customers, return customers, and build out the brand via emails. This lesson will go into how to integrate, how to set up a newsletter, abandoned cart flow that is super effective and easy to set up, and your post-purchase upsell. It has many options that is discussed, so excuse me if I miss everything, but it has so much in here you can spend all day. It's free for up to 500 emails, so it's completely free. Definitely suggest setting it up just for your abandoned cart flow. Starting out, there's no reason to do that. I'll be showing you and providing the link to the template, which is right here, which I'm actually doing right now. Let me show you how to implement this. So firstly, you need to connect Klaviyo. So you install it, and there's a link that I'll put in the PowerPoint presentation, and you connect your store. Again, I've just got set up store. You choose e-commerce, you can choose Shopify. They recently updated this. It used to be a bit harder, but they've made it a little bit more user-friendly, which is nice. This app is mainly designed for e-commerce. That's why it is so good. There is plenty of others out there, but I've used Klaviyo. So then you want to put in your Shopify name, which is .myshopify, which is that. Connect, sorry, pardon me. So you create a free account, and then you connect it, just following this. Not match. Oh, whoops. Unless I can't remember. I haven't actually had to do one in a while. Yep, there we go. Sorry, I made a mistake there. Alright, cool. Continue. Ready to go. Put your address, blah, blah. You can add a logo. So if you have a logo, you can just add it here. You can do this after the fact as well. So that's fine. And then your header, you can do all of that. This after the fact. I suggest just going continue. You can change all of this in the settings, okay? So don't worry about that. Right. So I'm mainly going to be showing you just how the interface works. It is a very in-depth app, and it's a very good app. There's a few things that are the most important things that I need to show you in going to get you started. Okay, so you're going to be taken to your dashboard. Dashboard, as it says, is basically just showing you an overview of revenue generated from your conversions, your email, your flows. So your flows is your automation, like your autoresponder. Your campaigns is campaigns you've sent out to your mailing list, and how much the value is. And it's going to show you as well, once you're sucking data, how much as a percentage of your overall revenue from your store it's helped generate. Okay, so that's your campaigns, your flows. Email templates is you can make templates and then use them for your flows. You can use them for your email campaigns so that you're using a consistent brand template. And that's what I would suggest as you sort of move on, that to definitely do that. That's definitely a recommendation there, okay? So moving past that, there's a few other things as well that we're going to be doing. But first, before we do this, so you've got your lists and segments. So your lists is you can make unique lists. Basically, think of it like a custom audience that you've got, people that have, you can make an audience of people that have just bought this one item, or you can make it so they bought multiple items, and then you can market sort of based on it, okay? And they're going to be put into these lists automatically, okay? Emails are very important. No matter what people say, email marketing is here to stay, and it's only going to get bigger. Okay, people are saying that it's dead. That is 100%. Not true. And email marketing is a huge source of income. It's something that I need to improve on more, and something that you all need to be aware of as you start your business. There's a lot of people that aren't doing email marketing in any sense, and I have seen it firsthand, and it baffles me. These are big Ecom businesses that are not doing that because of some reason they just don't. Makes no sense. They're capturing this. So what you're also going to see is in your profiles, you're going to see active last 2 minutes ago, which is my email here. And you're going to see if they've got metrics, placed order, what newsletter they've been putting. They will do this dynamically, the information, all of that. You're going to see what emails have sent to them. Did they open it? Did they not? Did they purchase? You can look at all of that. And then you can look at charts. You can look at all this data. I would suggest that when you are looking at trying to optimize further, that you want to look at, open email, mark this spam. This is stuff that, your best people, your cohorts, your activity feeds, your charts. Just have a look in there, familiarize yourself with it. It's really simple and it's really effective, okay? So, you can see your open rates, as your overall open rates, and you can do advanced filters and stuff like that, okay? So you can new return. There's a lot that you can do, okay? Because remember, you can optimize the hell out of emails. That's why there's specialist email marketers and agencies that do this. You got your integrations, okay? Integrations being all integrations. I do integrate this with Aftership. You can also integrate it with Facebook, and the Facebook one's more for lead gen. But that is something I'm testing more in a more e-commerce sense, and it'll make more sense. Oh, there it is. It'll make more sense once we get to the ManyChat. Okay, that's a really exciting, and I know a number of you are really looking forward to that. But stick with me. Your data feeds is you can have multiple data feeds. It's going to import a default one called popular one. But you can make a data feed based on collections, for instance. So if I make, this one, for instance, and you can go unweighted, popular products first. So unweighted means that it's not going to show the most popular products first. It's just going to show based on collection, A to Z. Okay. Trending and most recently popular products first. Okay, I go that option. Okay, trending products, people will see the most popular recent products. You don't want to include all categories, so this is where you can choose your different collections. Okay, and then you make a feed, and there you go. You've now made a feed. I just clicked abandon, but it's going to show most recently popular products with a collection that. And what you do is then you put it in your email. Okay, you can then, and I'll show you this briefly. You can then choose one of these feeds, and it's going to pick up that feed. That feed's connected to your store, and it's all integrated and it's automated. Okay, very powerful stuff, and it's something that you should know. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you just make a few feeds, send out an email once a week, you'll make some extra cash. Coupons is another really awesome one, which I'm going to actually make it now on here. It'll make sense. Make one. We're just going to call it abandoned. You choose percentage off. Now I actually choose 15% now. I used to do 20%, but now I do 15%. You leave everything else because you want it off the and 2 days. Beautiful. Now we've got a coupon. You can make now part of the reason that Klaviyo is also very good is these are dynamic coupons. So you're not going to see it again. You're going to see some random like 6 to 8 character code they can use. It's completely dynamic, completely automated. You can make as many as you want, and that's what's also very powerful about it. Alright? Now you know. Sign up forms, you don't really need them all that much. To be honest, that's something down the line. Preference pages, you don't really need that either. Images are just images, and your folders are just folders. With Klaviyo, there is a little bit of work you need to do, so you need to go, sorry, not setup wizard. There's setup tracking. Okay, so you need to inject a little bit of code into your theme. And it looks like they've updated this a bit. So you go, so this is the part where we now go back into Brooklyn. So, what's this setup? Go in here, I just go to the bottom before the final body tag as it says, click save and done. So see how it says before the final body tag, then you want to go into your product liquid. And you just want to press that. Bam, done. Alright, and then what you want to do is you want to then copy your website URL. So this is just the easiest way to do it. Copy it into here. Next. You then click it, it's going to then, you'll go back here once it's picked up data. Yes, there we go, data received. Fabulous. Okay, now that's really important. Now we're done. The reason that you need to do that tracking is very important. If you don't do it, it's not going to trigger your abandoned cart flows, all these flows. Okay, so now that you know that, that's awesome. Now, these are flows, okay? Let's get into the flows. So you got your abandoned cart browser, abandonment, customer thank you, customer winback, product review, and welcome series. First thing that you want to do is you want to turn them all on. So by default, they're all turned off. Okay, the next thing you want to do is smart send is useless. Turn it off. Any of the flows. UTM tracking is you want to turn that on. So then it goes into Google Analytics. Because then you can look at source media and Google Analytics, which I'll be showing you. And it helps, especially long term. Just doing these little things saves a lot of time in the future. So, what I do is I delete this third one. Now, on my website, I and my newsletter have it so that they get a 5% discount code. And if you're using Wheelio, they get a 10%. So what you need to do is you need to make 2 separate lists. Okay, you need to make 2 separate lists. So basically, again we go back to lists. So by default, it'll be newsletter. Okay, that's the list. You want to make another list, and you want to make, because we only change one thing, and that's the discount code. So for people using Wheelio, they get subscribed to a newsletter, but they get a 10% discount code. Okay, so we go list, we name it Wheelio newsletter. This does not affect, so you just basically do this, and you can still, you can add as many lists as you want, and still make campaigns. What we then do, once we have set it up, and so we're going to set up a welcome series. Basically, the most important of the two is the first. So when you want to edit it, you go edit, you choose, I always like to put who it's from. So in this case, Ricky Dog Roberts. Okay, it helps with your open rates, more open rates, and more sales. Okay. Changes. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We go edit. welcome. And this is all I do, especially starting out. You don't want to spend all your time on emails. You just want to set up because your goal is to get sales, right? And that's going to be in future modules, Facebook marketing. Thanks for signing up. So, thanks for signing up. Your 5% discount code is 5. Anyway, and then you just change this around. So just put, hey, we're glad to have you here. And is redeemed at checkout. That's it. All you need to do. Okay, just something simple like that. As long as they get the email, that's going to get you sales, and that's all you need to do to begin with. You're going to expand on this over time. Email marketing is a very time-consuming task. We're mainly Facebook and Google marketers, so you're probably going to look at outsourcing. You're going to do something yourself. Okay, and then the second one is follow us on social media. I just leave that. That's going to help increase your brand. Now, further to what I was saying with Willio, now we can go back. What we can do is we can duplicate this. Get the phone. This is and the trigger is Willio. Bam. Alright, all of a sudden, you've created split testing, you've also done segmentation. And all you need to do is, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, live, all you want to do is change it to the same discount code as what you provided earlier. 10%. There you go. You've now made it so that your newsletter for your footer, as well as your Willio, are going to be segmented. You can actually see your opt-ins, so it'll help with actual analytics, and you're going to send the right discount code to the right individuals. Okay, that's really important because in the previous one we made it on Recart where they get a message, and now they also get an email. 2 forms of reminders completely for free. So, yeah, that's done. The other ones you don't want to spend much time on except your band cart, which I'm going to show you. So your customer thank you is one that I just put a 20% discount code. So this is a bit of smarts. If they've only placed one order, they get a discount. That if they've placed multiple, then they get that. Alright, so just leave that off for now. But basically, so you can start to see why I do it in this fashion, that I start with very low discounts so that I go up to about a max of 20%. And that way, that my whole retargeting strategy, I still make a good amount of profit. I see a lot of people start with like a 10, like I've even seen people 15%, and then their retargeting is 20%, and then it goes all the way up to 30%. Now, that 10% really, honestly, is 10%. And we're living in hard times. And I've found a correlation that the discount is not so much the reason, it's how you market, okay? It's you can make an 80% discount and it won't make any difference to conversion rate. It's It's how your website is, it's how you market it, it's how you brand yourself. So don't get caught in the trap of a price war. Price wars will inevitably lead you to failure. And you're in this to be successful. You've bought this course for that reason. And I'm telling you from experience, do not get involved in price wars. Okay, this is why you want to build a brand, because then you're outside of a price war and you can do this type of stuff with confidence to help you scale. All right, that's really important. I cannot stress that enough. I'll be saying that throughout the course. Again, you just want to go. Done, bam, that's it. And you can spend a little bit of time, and like what I should say as well is that in Klaviyo you can add your social links. See how I said as well with products? So if I wanted to add products, okay, I can add products, and that's where you select your feed. So if I had the abandoned feed, okay, and then I can choose the amount of rows. Product name, or you can take the price off and make it so that they have to click that. See how just you can do that, and it's all super easy, super quick. It's actually quite fun. Alright? So that's that done. So now you're starting to get an idea of email marketing. Now further to this, I want to add as well that you can do split testing. So you can add a variation. Again, split testing is like the exact same as Facebook. You only want to change one thing. If you're going to change multiple things, that's multivariate testing, which is actually a term that comes from Google split testing. So what we do is we add a variation. So when you're split testing, something like a title can make such a difference. So basically, order received, 20% off right now. See how direct and that's attacking. You might find that the audience might like that more. It's straight to the point. Depending on your audience, they might be just people that are like straight to the point. It might sound unbelievable, but people, and you might think, oh, there's no way that a whole group of people like that. But there's niches for everything, okay? And people that are in the same niche have similar traits. Okay, it's really important to know. That's why I love this actually, because there's a lot of psychology. It's mostly psychology. It's understanding the technical aspect, but it's also at the end of the day the actual psychology that counts. So this is the main one, and this is where I make money. Now, okay, I make good money from this. I love this. So firstly, what we're going to do, this is just how I do it. This I've done it a few times. Now, you follow the template. So this is the template here, 30 minutes. Just literally copy the actual email, the flow. So if we go like this, I'm only going to do one. But again, you put the name, Ricky, dog, rubber, teas, helps with open rates, and then you copy that. First name is the variable, right? And then back down. After the done, create content. Okay, I use plain text. Plain text works really well because that's by open rates. Okay, because it doesn't get flagged as spam as much. Hey, first name, blah, blah, blah. So you're not even giving them a discount, you're just reminding them. And then you just put in your store name. So sorry, I'll put Ricky, but it should have been Sophie. But anyway, dog lover teas. And that's it. That's just all you need to do, and you've now made very high converting abandoned cart flow. Right, now it doesn't show here in preview, but when the customer gets it. Now, once you start building a brand, you will probably look at changing it somewhat. But especially starting out, the text-based emails work extremely well. If you ever subscribe to someone like Russell Brunson, you'll see that most of his emails are not really HTML. They're pretty much just text, okay? Because text gets flagless, the less it's flagged, the more open rates it has, the more open rates you have, the more sales you get. It's just simple logic. It's up to you though. E-commerce is a bit different to his kind of business model. But anyway, so you can see how I've done that. Basically what you want to do is you follow the rest of it. 2, 3. So it's the second one that, sorry, I haven't updated it, but changed it to 15%. Because we made the coupon 15%. And see how the coupon correlates to this? So what I'm going to do is I'll show you this one, so then you know. So now that we've made this, let's go live. You can clone. Move it under here. And after 6 hours, and we just go back here, activation required. Stick your coupon. See how this saves time as well. So hey, first name, blah blah, 15%. It's come from the same person, so it looks like it's from an actual person. And people will, trust me, at the end of this, they will actually respond to you. And you'll get sales. This is all automated, right? So now, again, we just change it from Ricky to Sophie. And change that. Don't worry about the Power by Klaviyo, that's fine, that's in free, but that doesn't matter. That's it. And then you just do it for the other two. The final one actually doesn't have a discount code. So the first one doesn't have one. The final one does. I've had emails where people are like, oh, sorry, I just forgot to order. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Oh, this and that. And you just respond, no problems. Is there anything we can help with? No, fine, I'll go order now. Bam, order. Done. That's it. Money. That's all you need to do. All right? Now, moving on, because this is becoming quite a long lesson and it's midday. I touched on it as well. I'm going to show you this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but another thing that it does is email templates. Is remember how I said that there's the shipping confirmation and then the order confirmation. So I don't think that's it. So I'll show you again. Love these load times. Thank you. So you go into your notifications. They find his notification. Order confirmation and shipping confirmation. Right? We're drop shippers, and even if you're not drop shippers, you should be looking at doing something like this. If you know your average shipping times, this just helps with your customer service in the most simple of way. These are notifications that Shopify provides to every store owner by default as part of their legal obligation. Most businesses do not ever touch this. Okay? Let me tell you now, they don't touch it. Right? Once you start building a brand, you want to change pretty much all of these to your template. And that's what Klaviyo can do. Klaviyo pulls these templates in. So let's go order confirmation. So right now, this order confirmation, if we go preview, looks like that. You know, look, it's not bad. It does the job. No one's really going to complain about it. You can make it better, right? So if we go order confirmation, it pulls this in. You just look for the name. And bam, you can automatically see that this already looks better. So even without changing anything, it looks better. What you can do is you can modify this. So what I do is I add here. Now you just pull in the template that you have for your shipping times. So what you do is you just go United States. Sorry, estimated shipping times. States, you know, and typically 12 to 20 business days. Canada is what is it? Yeah, it's 12 to 20 business days as well. Australia again is 15 to 25 business days. I put. It's usually much bigger than this. United Kingdom. So you are going to get some complaints about this, inevitably. Basically, just because people are like, wow, these are long shipping costs. But what's going to happen for the most part is most people are like, okay, so I have an idea of the shipping costs. this is where you use Aftership, and I've shown you Aftership. It'll help automate this even further. What we're basically doing is we're just trying to help automate it even further with just some simple little stuff. And all of a sudden, now, for the top 4 countries, I mean, you can add it as many as you want. You know, you can go Southeast Asia, and you know, you put in your shipping time, and you do this for your order confirmation as well as your shipping confirmation. So as soon as they order, they get the email saying, hey, you've just purchased, here's a 20% discount code. Plus, this is their receipt. So now they get their receipt saying, hey, these are the expected shipping times. You can even go to the extent of putting it in your post-purchase upsell as well, okay? So it's important because what you're doing is you're just saving yourself time, and using something like Aftership saves yourself time, saves yourself headache. You're going to get a number of these anyway, but I guarantee if you didn't do stuff like this, you're going to get 50,000 times more, especially if your scale becomes capital. Right, so now that we've changed it, all we need to get into Shopify. It's not natively integrated. So what we need to do is we need to export, we copy this, and then paste. Okay, now it is going to come up with a Klaviyo branding. That doesn't really matter. Save. Now, if it has any errors, it'll have like Ajax error because Shopify and Klaviyo do use slightly different jargon for their coding. So just be mindful of that. But for the most part, for like stuff like this, you'll be fine. So now, if we have a look at that. So we've now changed it. So this is the email people will get, and it'll dynamically update. It only took 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, now we've added that in. And you can add a lot more in. All right. This is the stuff that is really important at helping you grow your business in a very cost-effective manner, as well as providing a high level of customer service. Okay. And so you can see here that you can do for most of them. Now, ones that aren't here you can't do. I actually found that not all notifications can be changed. I don't know why that is, but that's just how it is. But you can change all of these, okay? So, but I suggest the shipping confirmation and the order confirmation. That's your priority. Change those two, then you're set. You're set. And you can see how now Klaviyo is now set up for abandoned cart sequences. It's now set up for post-purchase upsells. It's now set up for newsletter welcomes for both Melio and your footer, and it's set up for when people buy to help you with your customer service. We're doing all these things at once in less than half an hour. Okay, this is a very powerful tool, and I'm only scratching the surface. It can do a lot more. As you start to get thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of orders, then you're going to start using email marketing in a lot more serious fashion. And I'll be coming back to this more and more in future lessons so that you can get more emails, more money. All right, this is all an ecosystem that I'm creating to help you make more money. And this is what I've learned from spending thousands of hours doing this, and I'm going to continue doing it. I love doing it, and I wanted to be detailed, and I think I have been. All right, I'm going to actually go have lunch. It's midday. I'm going to catch you in the next lesson. Thanks.